sandwich that's been sitting on a toilet seat? I didn't think so. Shocking data found by Dr. Charles Gerba from the University of Arizona showed that the average desktop harbors 400 times more bacteria than a toilet seat. Keyboards in the workplace tested positive for animal hair, grease, and even urine. Among the bacteria found were such that caused colds and flus, sinus infections, urinary tract infections, and pneumonia. These tests were taken from keyboards in the workplace, so just imagine how much more bacteria are on the desks in the library and on the computers in the LRC. As a microbiology lab student last semester, I saw firsthand the bacteria growth from computers in the LRC. It was disgusting. I learned how important it was to wash our hands in order to protect us from these contagious diseases. The Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, stated, hand washing is the single most important means of preventing the spread of infections. Today, I will first explain how the idea of hand washing came about, why it is important, and end with a discussion on when and how we should wash our hands. Although today hand washing is a part of our culture, it was not always practiced. In the 1840s, Dr. Ignaz Semmelweis, an assistant in the maternity wards in a Vienna hospital, observed that the mortality rate in a maternity ward staffed by medical students was up to 3 times higher than a second delivery room staffed by midwives. He also observed that the medical students were coming directly from their cadaver labs into the maternity wards without washing their hands. He ordered the doctors and students to wash their hands with a chlorinated solution before examining the patients. Eventually, the mortality rate of these maternity wards went down to less than 1%. This was just the beginning of a very important practice that would have the potential to eliminate many preventable diseases. It is important that we wash our hands because many contagious diseases are transmitted through hand-to-hand contact. According to the CDC, up to 76 million Americans contract foodborne-related illnesses each year. Of these, about 5,000 die. Much of this is due to inadequate hand hygiene. According to Barbara Hyde, the United States spends $22 billion annually for medical costs due to foodborne-related illnesses. This could be dramatically reduced if we just took 20 seconds to wash our hands. Now that we know how much bacteria is around us and why it is important, the next step is how and when should we wash our hands. According to a class survey, 84% of the students reported always or almost always washing their hands after using the bathroom. However, only 10% reported always washing their hands before eating. 21% said almost always, 53% said sometimes, and 16% reported never. We should make it a habit to wash our hands often. Honestly, I never used to wash my hands before eating because I thought my hands didn't look dirty, so I thought they weren't dirty. But we know better now. So what is the proper way to wash our hands? Wet your hands with water, apply soap, and scrub for 15 to 20 seconds. It's that simple. It's that simple. And sometimes when you're exiting the bathroom, it's a good idea to use the paper towel to open the door. You don't want germs from someone who didn't wash their hands on your clean hands. When hand washing is not an option, we can use hand sanitizers. The alcohol contained in them kill the bacteria on our hands and evaporates, leaving no residue. Alcohol hand sanitizers will not contribute to microbial resistance because there is no alcohol to promote the adaptation. As you can see, many of today's infectious diseases can be prevented if we just take 20 seconds to scrub our hands with soap and water. This in turn will save our nation millions of dollars in hospital bills, not to mention the stress and discomforts that come with being ill. Many times, so to continue to wash your hands after using the bathroom, but also to remember to wash your hands after you cough or sneeze, after you use the school computers, and especially before you prepare or eat food. Many times it is inconvenient and too out of the way to wash your hands. So the next time you're at Walmart or at the grocery store, I encourage you to buy a bottle of hand sanitizer. A bottle like this is only 99 cents at Walmart. Carry this in your bag, and before you take a bite of your sandwich, remember, there are over 400 times more bacteria on the desk than a toilet seat. As we do this, we can individually help prevent the spread of infectious diseases.